Let's talk about cap rates, one of the most important yet misunderstood concepts in commercial real estate. Cap rate stands for capitalization rate. The formula to calculate a cap rate is simple. It's the net operating income, or NOI, divided by the purchase price. If you don't know what NOI is, check out my video explaining it. Now, if a property generates $100,000 in annual NOI and sells for $1 million, the cap rate was 10%. If another property with the same $100,000 in NOI sells for $1.25 million, the cap rate was 8%. So the cap rate tells you what an investor is paying for income before factoring in debt or interest rates. The lower the cap rate, the higher the purchase price. The higher the cap rate, the lower the purchase price. But here's what many people get wrong. Cap rate is a metric that allows investors to evaluate income producing properties at a high level. But a cap rate does not tell the full story. It doesn't tell you who the tenant is, how long the lease runs, or what happens if the tenant leaves. For example, a building leased to Starbucks on a 15-year lease term with $100,000 in NOI may sell for $2 million. That's a 5% cap rate, very high price, low cap, high price. The same building leased to a mom and pop coffee shop with questionable financials and only 2 years left remaining on the lease may sell for $1.25 million. That's an 8% cap rate. High cap rate, lower price. So two properties with the same exact income, but the purchase price is $2 million for the Starbucks as a tenant and $1.25 million for the mom and pop coffee shop as a tenant. Why, you may ask? Because the risk is completely different. Starbucks is a $100 billion company. You know they're gonna pay their rent. The other tenant is a mom and pop coffee shop that has a high risk of shutting down. So, it's important to know what a cap rate is, but it's even more important to know that the cap rate is just the starting point. Savvy real estate investors seek to understand why the cap rate is what it is, and not just look at what the cap rate is. Follow for more commercial real estate breakdowns in plain English.